Hi guys. So today we are going to learn how can we push our project to GitHub and just some basic commands so that can get you started with GitHub and you can explore rest of it on your own. So let's say we have a file and um, let it be some it can be anything, like it depends what you're working on. So yeah, so let's just save it, and let's say this is a file that you and some other developers or your team are going to be working on, or it can be any project. It's just for sample. So we need to get it on GitHub, and we can add rest of developers over there so that it is shared among us and we all can work on it simultaneously. So let's head towards GitHub. We will start by creating a new repo. So basically, our app is kind of a store where we will be like pushing our project, and from there on, every other developer can uh, access it. It will have two options: public and private. So if it is public, anyone can access it, and if it is private, you can choose like what other developers can access it or work on it. We will learn that later in this video, like how can we add specific users to it. So let's go ahead. So you can give a unique name. It will let you know like if it is available in the first place or not, and we are going to make this one a private so that we can learn how can we add other developers to it. Other than that, it's asking if you want a starting or an initial file. uh, Usually it's a good practice to have this so that you can have the documentation about your project, but we are not going to do this right now. And it is asking for a git ignore file. So basically what it is, git ignore file. So basically this file will help you to not push sensitive data to GitHub, and that's usually not a good practice. For example, like you have env files or some other configuration files that you don't want to be on GitHub, just because of the size and security as well. um, for example, if you are working on a JS project or node, like something like node.js or anything, and you have node modules, they can increase in size and can go up to like GBs, so you don't want them into the GitHub. You just need to push package files so that other developers just can install the packages when they are working on their own machine. So we can just add that node modules to git ignore file, and it won't be pushed to GitHub. Similarly, we can simply just mention the name of the file or the folder in the git ignore file, and that won't get pushed to GitHub. So let's go ahead. So now you'll see this page. It's asking you to, like, if you have a new project or you're working on an existing project that is already linked to a repo. So it's basically letting you know that you can add the origin, which is linked to our own repo, and from there on it's asking us to it's telling us to that we'll be switched to main branch, and from there on we can push. Since we are doing it for the we do have already a file. This will basically create a readme file, and we don't want that right now. So we can just go ahead and copy the command and go to project folder and open it, and we can see that we do have our file over here. So now we are in the root of our project, and we will just go and paste that command over here. So it says git init. It's going to initialize a repo. So you can verify that by uh, listing everything ls minus la. So it's going to list you everything that's inside this folder. You'll see that there is a .git folder now. So basically this is the folder that will hold the configuration, basically the linking of your project with the GitHub. We so we can even navigate into that. git cd dot git, and if you run ls minus ls, you'll see that it has all these files over here now, which were generated by that git init command. So if I'll go inside, I'll do config file, you'll see that it has this for now, and it will be adding more lines when we will be like, so proceeding with the further command. So if we will run git add command, you can either run the git add command and give the name of the file, or you can do git add dot, and it will add all those files into the repo. For example, if there were like 10, 20, 50 files, you will just do the git add dot file, so it will just push everything, stage everything. So that's what dot is doing. Or if you are working on VS Code, you can just go ahead over here, this git icon, and you can just stage it from over here. So this, or git add index.php. I need to get outside of the git folder, yeah. So if I'll run git add index.php, so you'll see that file moved over here. So these both of these commands are basically doing the same thing. You can either do it from over here, or you can do it with the VS Code, or let me just unstage it and do it with git add dot. It will do the same thing as well, but there is a difference between these three. So now let's move towards the next command, and it's saying that we need to write a commit. So basically, commit is a message that is in which you are giving the description about what this change is about. For example, let's say you have developed some feature that prints hello world or something like that. You just need to be a descriptive message about it, but it shouldn't be like a paragraph or something like there is no restriction. You can write even your own name, but that won't make sense. So it's just basically description about your work. So we are going to write that printing some text, and it can be anything. You can add multi-line comment as well. So you need to remove this and press enter, and it will let you type now. So you can say that my first function does this and that, etc. And when you are done, you can just press enter. It will take you to the next line. So you can go ahead, and when you are done, you can add the commas like this and press enter. So it says that yeah, so it said included all these things. And if you will run git status, nothing to commit because we have committed, and there weren't any conflicts or like that. We need to go ahead, and first of all, you will see that it's saying us that it requires a username and email with which that commit will be registered to GitHub. For example, you are developer 1 and I am developer 2, and we both are working on this project. So the commits will be listed on GitHub repo, like which person pushed this commit, like which person did this work. So we will set that up right now. The global check is that if you are working on 10 projects, it will use the same username and email, but usually we don't want that because we are working on multiple GitHub repo, and all are unique regarding the project scope. So we can skip the global check, and we can use the same we can use our own username, and we need to do the same thing with email. So if I enter this, and you can verify this by, I guess it's git config list, yeah. So you can check that it has indeed registered my name, user.name Mohammed Fahad, and email this. So now if we will I guess so the commit was done. I'm just confirming to yeah, the commit is over there. Let's now move towards the next command. So yeah, now it's taking us to the main branch. Like it will create a main branch for our repo, branch minus m. main, and here comes the origin part, where we need to add the origin over here. So there's a little bit extra requirement that isn't mentioned over here. Since we are working on a private repo, and we don't want anyone to like push anything to our repo, because some unknown person might just copy our repo URL and just go ahead and post something. But that's not the case with the, like, both type of repos, public and private. In public we need to fork and do that, but we will learn that later. And in case of private, we need to have personal access token. We need to first generate that, and we can generate that from settings. And inside settings we need to go to developer settings, and in developer settings we need to go to personal access tokens classic type. And I have others over here. We need to generate a new classic token, and let's name this my project. And we need to be careful about what access we are going to do this, because anyone that will have this token, they'll be able to perform all these operations. So you need to uh, go through them, and just be sure like what access you want to give to person who will be using this token. Also, you can select like when it should expire. So just for the sake of tutorial, I'm just like going to select it for 7 days, but you can delete it anyways, just to be safe. And it allows you to copy it for the first time, and I'm copying it over here. And now here comes a little bit the part where you need to be careful a little bit. So you just need to paste it before GitHub like this, and add the rate symbol. So I've pasted it before the GitHub's G. So after pasting, you just need to add the rate symbol over here, like just before G, and press enter. So it has added the origin. We can check that inside the config file just to be sure. So you'll see that it has indeed added that. So now we'll go back and run our final step. So which says that we are actually going to push to this branch now. So you can see that it's pushing to this branch now. And if now we'll go to this page and refresh the page, you'll actually see that it has pushed that file over here. So you can see that. And for some reason, I guess my email and username is overwritten by my other configuration, but you don't need to worry about that. You will get yours if you are not like working on separate projects. So you can see that commit details and everything is all here now. And from here on we can work on. So firstly, let's say we want our other co-developers to work on it. We need to add collaborators, and we can just I forgot from where we can add that. Yeah, from settings we need to go to collaborators. Yeah, it's on top. So from here on you can add other peoples. You can send them invite and to the private repo, like it will invite them to this repo, and from there on you can all work together on this. And as for your own use, let's say now yeah, let's now discuss about some branching. For example, usually, like, what the trend is that we don't tease the main branches, like main branch, master branch. Usually there's a structure that good developers follow. Like this one is for production, this one is for kind of um, like you some might use it for staging, but it's like straight away like raw code, like for your development environment, and you can have as many as you want. Just we just don't want to interrupt the main branch or master branch, because usually that branch is used for the main production, and we can just like have a good structure. So let's say if I'm working on a separate feature that basically do something, like it can be anything, so I need to create a new branch for that. Git check out minus b, it will create a new branch, and I need to give the name. For example, I do feature 1, so it has like creating a new branch, and we can check that by git status. You can see that we are on branch feature 1 now, right? And let's say we have our other developer who's working on a separate branch. He can go into main branch and create his own branch from over there. So in that way we both will be working on our own branches. So let's just stick to the first like branch thing. So it's saying that there's this new change, so in this branch we have this new change. I can continue on working on my own and just get these changes into the main branch. But since we now have a good structure, I'm not accidentally or just directly pushing into the main branch, so that I'm not messing up with like existing features and all that. So let's say I want to have this on my new branch now, and I'll say that I'll write the commit about it, feature that does something, and I'll just put git push origin and push it into the feature 1. That was the name of my branch. So it will push, and it will give us a link over there. But if it doesn't, you'll go into the GitHub, it will give you option itself, you can create on your own. So from now we'll learn like what pull request is. So basically, now that we have created a feature 1 branch from main, we have done our work that is not present in main branch. We need to get it into the main branch. We need to create a pull request. So it will check like if heads of your branches are like in order or everything is okay. It will tell you that the difference between the main branch and your branch, like it has this thing, but now in the pull request or in your own branch you have this. So you see the changes, you will go over here and create the pull request. And let's say there are other reviewers and all that people, individuals, they can just go ahead and review your PR, they can leave comments and all that, and once everything is like good to go, they can just go ahead and do the merge. Now this code is actually in the main branch now, so we can confirm that. So if you'll go into the main branch, and you'll see this new code is over here. So now other people can go to the main branch and just grab this code from over there. For example, I'm a developer too. I'll go to the main branch. We can switch the branch by using git checkout branch, git checkout and branch name. I'll go to the main, but you'll see that I am on my local setup now. I don't have the updated code, so I want to get that updated code. I'll run git pull origin main. It will basically fetch and do a pull at the same time and get the updated code. Now I can, let's say I was a developer too, I have this code, updated code now, and I have to build something by using this one. I have this now, I can just create my own branch now and like start from here. So this was a really basic introduction towards the GitHub, and we will be learning more about it in our upcoming videos. Thank you.